Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and it's the end of the month. Well, beginning of the next month when this video goes live, so we are back with some update news on the Old World Bannerlord Total Conversion mod, which brings the Warhammer Fantasy universe into Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Now, what we've been seeing on screen at the moment is a loading screen for the mod itself, devoted to Papa Nurgle, and it looks absolutely grim. You can tell that the art department for this mod is working extremely hard. I mean, this is very Nurgle. But of course, there is a bunch of stuff to talk about, so let's not just stay on the loading screen and check the rest of the update out. First, we have a look at the set of armor worn by the Red Duke, so it looks like stuff is moving along quite nicely for stuff in the very far western parts of the Old World itself. Maybe we'll have a look at some Bretonnian stuff soon enough. His gear does look nice, a little pristine for my liking if I can be very honest, as obviously his gear has been represented to be a bit more damaged in lore, but it really depends as to when it starts in the setting. Either way, everything does look very great here. The silver highlights themselves really complement the red, and if he's going to be seen in the battlefield at some point, he's going to look very intimidating, that's for sure. Next, we've been shown a variant of the Blood Knight Helm, which looks absolutely awesome, and it's going to look pretty cool if you can have a whole army of Blood Knights. It sounds a bit overpowered though. Who cares, it's just a game anyway. And now we have our first look on the White Kings, and it looks absolutely grim. I'd love to see how these will play in game. I'm imagining that Lord and Hero choices in the tabletop will likely transfer to be companions or army leaders and so on. Or maybe the generic White King will be some sort of generic commander, army leader or something. I mean, the model itself still looks absolutely fantastic. You can tell there's an influence through the most recent White King model. It's very obvious, and I actually really like this. Now we've got a look at the Light Wizard armaments, and well, yeah, I'm going to keep saying absolutely awesome a lot because it looks great. It just has that feel of a Light Wizard really well, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to work, especially with the remaining of magic being implemented and all these different effects. I think the influence is more focused around the Warhammer Fantasy roleplay aspect here, but also some of the miniatures which are available still. It's looking really good, and that's the most important thing. Again, the team behind this mod are obviously putting a lot of attention to detail, and that will be very obvious once we start looking at certain things now. I mean, just look at these Chaos Khorne Warriors. They look, well, like expected from Chaos Khorne Warriors. I might even say that they look a lot better than the ones that were showcased in Total War Warhammer 3. The level of detail here is extremely obvious. You can see a lot of highlights, you can see a lot of battle wear and tear, especially around the lower torso. It looks absolutely great. I love that it has a proper stylized cornet helmet too, as of course with a lot of Warhammer games, even if it's just official or fan-made, it's got the issue where a lot of Chaos Warriors end up looking the same, so it gives me a lot of hope that we're going to see a lot of varied stuff in the future. They don't have to be completely unique from one another, but a few icons here and there, a different helmet, it just makes it more stylized. If the Warriors of Chaos for Khorne are looking this good, I can't wait to see the Sineshi ones, the Tzeentch ones, or even the Nurgle ones. We've got some Chaos Warrior shields here, and of course this is for Chaos Undivided, I'm assuming, as obviously it's just the standard grey and black color scheme, though it's giving me very major tabletop vibes. Base coat in black, a little bit of silver, and then dry brush around the area to give it a bit of wear and tear. Yeah, I know I'm nerding out, but it looks really good, and it deserves to be nerded out for. We've got a look here at some Chaos banners, one dedicated to each of the Chaos gods. They all look very stylized. The Sineshi one looks rather interesting. I quite like that one, to be honest, but then again, favoritism. It will be lovely to see these roaming around the map, as obviously you want to see some varied armies, and you don't want every single Chaos army to have the same type of flag, or else that would be kind of boring. But more Chaos corruption is shown here with the Chaos Monoliths, and apparently, according to the devs, these will be seen around the Chaos-tainted maps that players will be fighting across and more, so I'm rather curious as to see what these things will do exactly. It would be nice if when we go closer to the Chaos Waste that these will become quite prominent, maybe have some sort of aura. Of course, that all very much depends with the limitation of the game engine itself and what the modders can actually do, but regardless, they still look really cool. And yeah, I mean, like the Nurgle one, well, I'm assuming the right one is a Nurgle one, looks absolutely fantastic. It looks like it's kind of rotting there. Next, we got our first look at Orc Modular Walls, which looks pretty impressive. I didn't think that we're going too far in with other races just yet, but I guess they're moving along quite well with the greenskins. And, well, you know, they look like orky walls. They're going to be quite fun to invade and try to storm over as, well, yeah, they don't look like they have much protection there at the front, which of course makes sense because orcs. It should be quite curious. They look very good at least, and they've got loads of ramps we can see there, some towers, no defensive positions for the towers themselves, so I'm assuming they're going to have some, like, catapults or doom divers on top. Can they even do doom divers? That would be interesting. Again, that's more of a engine limitation, I'm imagining, unless they do figure out how to do doom diver catapults, and then I'm going to be playing as a goblin army for a long time. Imagine if you could just fling yourself from one. That would just be amazing. And finally, we have some gameplay clips. I do apologize for the low quality. I ripped these directly from the website, as when I was recording, I'm sure all the devs were sleeping. But nonetheless, we've got a summon skeleton animation, we've got fireball, and obviously burning head too, and we can see how it works. So it's actually pretty interesting. Your spells themselves will have a crosshair, so you know exactly where you're actually casting it, especially with the summoning and with the fireball. The fireball's more like when you're firing a bow and so on, and you will get like the big template when you're doing burning head, which is actually really useful because then you know exactly where it's going to be used and so on. It's rather curious. I like the system. It does look like we'll only be able to have one spell in the battlefield, however, which does again make sense. You don't want to be able to have access to the full lore and make too much damage. It depends obviously on how Winds of Magic does work here. Maybe it can be switched around. I'm not too sure, maybe there's something there with hotkeys, but one spell is perfectly fine if you find a spell that you just really enjoy. Summon Skeletons looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and, well, we're going to have to wait and see as more stuff is coming. They said that there's going to be another update later on in the month, so that should be rather curious. But again, the developers are showing some really awesome work. I can't wait to see what they have planned for other stuff, but we're going to have to just wait. I'm not assuming that we're going to be near full gameplay for at least a bit of time. But what do you guys think about the recent update? It sounds cool, doesn't it? I'm honestly really excited, and if everything's going to look like that Corn Warrior, damn, I honestly can't wait to play this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Orc for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel has been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.